A very warm welcome. My name is Polly Poulton and I am the National Account Manager for G Touring Brands, Travel Sphere and Just You. Now, I'm delighted to be here today to showcase our products that make a great choice for a more responsible holiday that's kinder to the planet and to local communities. The touring sector leads the way in community tourism and supporting projects. Now, we've partnered with TTG as we believe it's not necessarily the key decision maker as to why our customers book a holiday initially with us, but because customers do find that once they've experienced it, they really get the flavour of what our programs can do and subsequently look for similar initiatives for their next holiday. Now, at the very heart of our brands is the mission that unites us. We exist to change people's lives through travel, and we work with you to do that every single day through the amazing experiences that your customers have on our holidays, the people they meet, the cultures they discover, and the memories that they bring home with them. It's why we do what we do, isn't it? It's because we believe that travel really does change people's lives. From very small things like discovering new foods or seeing something new, maybe something that they've never seen before, something that's always been on their bucket list, maybe like the Taj Mahal or the rolling hills of Tuscany. It's those discoveries that enable our customers come home changed forever. But what about the people's lives that our tourism impacts, the heaviness of our footprint in the countries that we visit? So we are owned by Bruce Poon Tip, some of you may have heard of, who is the founder of Planetera. And what we've done is we've wrapped up some of the projects and called them our Cares programme. So that's Travel Sphere Cares and Just You Cares. Now here at G Touring, our mission is to lessen our footprint and increase our dedication to changing lives through travel. And this is exactly what we do. We have created specific programs through our CARES scheme and partnered with non-profit foundation Planetera to ensure communities we visit benefit from tourism in a way that has the greatest impact in their lives. Now, the CARES program is built on the belief that travel is the biggest force for wealth distribution the world has ever seen. And on that sobering knowledge that in many destinations around the world, most local people do not benefit from tourism money coming into their country. It's quite sad. So together with the Planetera Foundation, we are committed to changing that. Now, it's all about giving people a chance to earn an income from tourism by providing a hand up, not a hand out. And that is what is really important to us, a hand up, not a hand out. We are creating sustainable solutions to enable local people and communities the chance to change their own lives rather than keep depending on continuous charitable donations which really don't address long-term solutions. Now, we've really seen over the last 2 years, particularly with the pandemic, how important community is globally and throughout our world. So it's simple. We're all in this together, supporting one another. Now, the projects that we focus on have four main areas or issues where we feel that we can have the most impact. And by working alongside these communities. Now, these are women, youth, communities, and the environment. And it's not just sustainable tourism, it's true community tourism. Now, travel has always done good, whether we thought about it or not, but it can do a lot more good when we know what we're doing and why. Now, we've been doing some great things within communities, and we plan to continue to grow upon this ethos. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to talk through a couple of the initiatives that we and the projects that we support and go through them and tell you a little bit more about what we do and what your customers can actually do on our trips as well. So the first one, did you know that there is an estimated 20,000 children living on the streets across Vietnam? Now, we are supporting a social enterprise called Streets International, which helps at-risk youngsters. And what they do is a hospitality training program that works with at-risk youth in Vietnam. And one of the projects that they support is Oodles of Noodles. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that as we call it them on three of our tours specifically, two with Travel Sphere and one with Just You. So this exclusive Oodles of Noodles tour acts as a curriculum module for the students to practice their English language and their presentation skills, which are the two key skills which are a necessity for success in the hospitality industry. What students do is they lead a noodle making class with our customers and teach them about the 26 different types of noodle available in Hoi An in Vietnam. Who knew? 26 different types. And another interesting fact I found out recently was that noodles are actually 4,000 years old. Pretty impressive. So many have gone on to work in large five-star hotels and in hospitality all around the world, which is fantastic. So this is just a small part of our tour, but can show how community tourism can make a difference to the lives of children and their families in Vietnam, which is just fantastic. Now, the next project that I want to tell you about. So, despite the thousands of tourists visiting Machu Picchu every year, very few communities from the surrounding countrysides benefit from tourism. This is really quite sad. Now, these indigenous communities maintain a traditional way of life and are dedicated mainly to agricultural activities. And unlike many communities around the world, women are frequently excluded from educational and economic opportunities. Now, since 2005, we've been working with the Kakakoyo community to develop a women's weaving cooperative. Now, on tour, you get to meet the women and learn about all the stages of the weaving process, the hand spinning the wool, the dye and the natural dyes that they use, and get to participate in a weaving demonstration as well. Customers really get the chance to get stuck in. Now, customers are also given the opportunity to purchase high quality textiles directly from the women who make them. It's fabulous. Lots of customers come home with lots of lovely textiles. Now, we don't forget about the male members of the community as well. So, the men from the Kakakoyo are employed by our wonderful sister brand, G Adventures, who you just heard from. And those men are employed to work as porters and as cooks on the Inca Trail. So, through the development of the Women's Weaving Co-op, we are empowering the women of the community and providing another economic solution as well. Interesting fact, there are 60 women who are employed and 440 members of the community benefit from this specific project, which I think is really amazing. Now, just like sustainability and social inclusion, animal preservation also and rehabilitation is at the heart of many of our tours. And I also just wanted to touch on one of the projects customers can support on tour with us as well. Now, the giant tortoise is an iconic species from the Galapagos and is only found on these islands. So they are the largest living tortoise in the world, and the centre has a series of wonderful lagoons. It gives the customers the opportunity to see loads of other wildlife, including the pink flamingos, which are fabulous. And at the breeding centre, it is possible to see the tortoises in various stages of development. So from eggs to small hatchlings to juveniles and sub-adults as well. So the tortoises remain at the breeding centre until they are big enough to survive on their own, and then they are reintroduced into the wild. So on both the Travel Sphere and Just You holidays, customers will visit the Giant Tortoise Breeding Centre and Wetland on Isabella Island. Now, I've always wanted to go. It's definitely on my bucket list to go there. Our customers will learn all about the projects and get the chance to spot the 1,000 plus tortoises, all in different stages of development, enjoying this wetland while being protected from extinction. Now, every project that we support has a ripple effect. And just like sustainability and social inclusion, animal preservation and rehabilitation is at the heart of our tours. So when you've got women starting their first jobs outside of their home, enabling them to support their families, to educating poorer children in communities where they go onto employment and therefore hopefully breaking that cycle for their own children. it is all about that ripple effect, as I mentioned. So true community tourism has always done good, and it's time to do better, I think, and educate tourists to support a better world. And just going back to what I said, apologies. And just going back to kind of true community tourism, it's always has done good, as I said, and it's all about seeing that it's time to do better to educate tourists for a better world as well. So this is just some of what we do, as I've talked to, changing all sorts of lives through travel. So G-Touring, we are an award-winning responsible travel provider who has really high ambitions to recruit more advocates and change the world for better. And as I said, I've given you a flavour, just a flavour of some of the projects that we support. There are so many, many more. We've got lots of opportunity to support you guys in any sort of campaigns that you're doing, any promotions, any social media, window posts, anything like that. We can actually bespoke these for you and provide that information. But I just want to say thank you so much indeed for listening. And I think I will hand over to any questions. Has anyone got any questions at all? Please do just type them in the box. Anyone got any questions? Yeah, no worries.
Hi, Polly. That was fantastic. Thank you. Just
Hi,
seeing if
Pippa.
you've got any questions coming in from agents. I don't think we have, but one question I'm always really interested in is what you guys have to help travel agents communicate about these things themselves. Like, do you have some marketing copy and some images and collateral and things like that that they can use in their own consumer customer communications?
Yeah, absolutely. We do. We have loads of things. So we've got lots of images. We've got a massive image library. So if agents want something bespoke, if they want to focus on, I don't know, the women's weaving project in Kakakoyo, we can do that. We can provide them, and we've actually got images from taken from our customers, taken from people that we've sent out there. And we obviously work closely with Planetera, so they've got lots of information. Our website as well, we've got various blogs on there about the projects that we do, so we can actually lift that information if they wanted to have a blog type social media post. And I always find blogs work really well because they get the interaction, particularly with Just You and the solo customer. They love the interaction of saying, oh, I've done that, or I'd love to do that. So it just mixes up rather than it just having a sales post, to have
Yeah.
the depth of a tour and the information and what we have to offer and the good that it's doing to the communities. I think it really does make a difference.
Yeah, rather than just listing which sites you're going to be visiting on that tour, really talk about, how you're going to feel taking part in that experience. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's
absolutely.
a different marketing
And
approach, isn't it?
I was going to say, we've posted, so on our Facebook pages, on our trade pages, we've been posting every week, every day this week, a different cares project that we do, but also the details of the entire tour. So you can just lift that. There's a whole raft of images on there. But like I say, if anyone wants anything bespoke, just get in contact because we can do that. We can produce that.
Awesome. Exciting stuff. Thanks so much, Polly.